What is up, guys? 4Gamers Entertainment here, and today I am going to give you a first impressions review of Anthem. First up, as you can tell, I am just starting my Anthem adventure since the tutorial pop-up is right there. The reason I am making a review video this early is because I feel that the first hour or so of gameplay in any game is the most crucial part to capturing a fan base and keeping their attention. So let's just say Anthem has some updates it's going to need in the future. First, I want to talk about loading screens. I'm currently on the Xbox One X, which is one of the most powerful consoles to be produced, and the loading screens are way too long in my opinion. And my Xbox also sounds like it's really working hard to process this game and whatever information it's trying to process. It makes a lot of noise. So if you are watching and are playing on a console, let me know in the comments if you have this same issue, because I don't think this is normal. Because the footage you are seeing is real time, none of it is sped up, and you guys can feel firsthand just how long my loading screen is. Now, as we all know, most games today have a basic tutorial to get you familiar with the button layouts and all that type of stuff. So as far as I'm concerned, the early game tutorial was fine. But Fort Tarsis, I am not really enjoying all that much in first person. It feels kind of confusing to navigate when you're in first person, just simply because of the way it's laid out. It's really cluttered with a lot of people, a lot of tents, and it's not really comparable to the tower in Destiny, where it was mostly open. You had freedom to run around and sprint and jump and all that type of stuff. The tower was a social space. Fort Tarsis doesn't feel that way, because I don't think it's supposed to be that way, but I don't like navigating in first person in Fort Tarsis. It doesn't feel right to me. With that being said, I do really like the action and the gunfights. Sometimes it actually reminds me of the game Lost Planet, which was a 360 game for anyone who knows what it was. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's the hit markers when you do damage to an enemy, but it kind of reminds me of Lost Planet, and I really like that game. Obviously, the mechanics are different between these games, but I do have a lot of fun shooting the enemies, and I think they did a good job with the action sequences. As for the customization and crafting and everything you can do to your javelin, I feel like it's a lot of information to take in right from the start, because none of it's really locked. You can freely explore it when you load up the game, and without any information or anything like that, or it's just really confusing in my opinion. As time goes on, I'm sure I'll get very familiar with it, but it kind of just reminds me of how simple Destiny was with regards to customizing your Guardian, and I like that style more. I know there's plenty of players out there that love to customize their characters, their javelins, and all that type of stuff, whatever game you're playing. And it is fun. I just feel like it's a lot of information to take in right from the start, and you can't really do anything with it anyway until you level up your javelin and continue the game. So for it to be there and for you to explore, it takes a lot of time right off the initial start. And if you're really itching to just get in there and shoot enemies and kill things, it can really pull you to the side for a little bit, and then you just get annoyed with it after a while, or at least I did. But if you can get past that initial surge of information and everything, and you actually get into the gunfights and the environment, it really is a good looking game graphic wise. I think they did an excellent job with creating the world and the environment, and I am really excited to try the open world part of this game when I get a chance to. I feel like that's where Anthem is going to excel the most, because there's a lot to explore. And let's face it, games like Anthem, games like Destiny, any open world RPG, whether it's an MMO or not, it excels when you are able to explore the world freely, shoot things, have some action, and go on hidden adventures and all that type of stuff. That's where these types of games really excel. So I'm really looking forward to trying the open world. Overall, I don't think Anthem is a bad game. I think Anthem is one of those games where it's fun under certain conditions or in the right situations. For me, unfortunately, I currently play solo, but I am sure that if you have friends who play, you will have fun with this game. As always though, if you are skeptical about this game and its future, then I can't really recommend you buy it on day one, just because of some technical issues that I've mentioned with regards to loading screens and stuff like that. There's definitely some work, and depending on the type of gamer, this game probably won't satisfy you on day one. However, we are apparently getting new DLC just in 3 months, 90 days, which is great for a couple different reasons. One, players who are on the fence about buying it day one will actually get to see gameplay footage of other YouTubers and everything, and reviews of how the DLC went, and they'll actually have their doubts either extinguished and they'll want to buy the game, or they'll have their doubts proven right and they'll move on to something else. And you really are going to be able to make up your mind in just 3 months. The other reason that it's nice to have DLC in just 3 months is that it will give the players that took the initial leap of faith something more to do, and it will actually prove to them whether or not it's a game worth investing time. Because if the DLC is just dry and kind of like Curse of Osiris and Warmind, well, not too many people are probably going to stick around, because that's going to be the first impression DLC. So it's going to be vital that they really knock that one out of the park. But hopefully they do, and the players that are playing this game will be pleased with it, and the players that are having doubts will join in, because I do think this is a fun game to just play around with, and I can't wait to explore, like I said. But anyway, that is my first impressions review of Anthem. I can't stress that enough. I only played this game for a couple hours, and like I said, the first hour or so, in my opinion, is the most crucial point, because if it's a really engaging game, then the players are going to keep with it. If it's not, they're just going to put it on their shelf, play it on a few odd days if they're bored with their main games, and not really talk about it all that much. So that's why I'm making a first impressions review this early on, and I hope some of the information that I said helps you out. If it did, a like is always appreciated. And also let me know what you guys think in the comments below, for those of you who are playing Anthem. And let me know if, like I said earlier, if you're on console, let me know how the loading screens are, and if your console basically sounds like it's gonna explode trying to process this information, because my Xbox One X sounds like it's gonna explode. But if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, hit the subscribe button. That would really mean a lot to me as well. And until next time, thanks for watching.